Hi, if you are here, you're stepping into your highest timeline, and I'm here to help you navigate that journey. I'm just going to tap in, get a channeled message from Spirit. I'll pull some cards. We'll go wherever the energy takes us. If at any point any of this message resonates with you, please hit that like button and comment so that I know, so that you claim the energy, and so that you add to the energy of the collective. All right, let me get tapped in. Tapping into the collective's energy now, Spirit. Please bring forth messages for their highest and greatest good. Remove me, make me a clear channel for your word. What message does the collective need in this moment, Spirit? Okay, I'm really getting this vision of a zebra out in like an African Sahara, like African sunny kind of like desert, hot, and the zebra is just really hot and swishing flies away, and the heat of the day has them so tired. They can't even like care to open their eyes and go look for water or go graze or whatever for food, because the sun, the heat is just zapping them of all of their energy. And the zebra's like, I know I should care, I know I should be doing things, but I just don't have it in me. And there's even things going on in the zebra's environment. Zebras are flight animals. So they, run. They're prey animals. So they would run if they felt like a threat in their environment. And I'm getting that the zebra hears things that normally they would run from, that would trigger them to flight, to flee. But they're just like, yeah, I'm so hot and I'm so zapped, I'm so exhausted that like if it kills me, it kills me. Okay, let's pull some cards. Which deck, Spirit? Okay. I'm getting, this is a Wispel deck. It's like Feminine Neo Tarot, something like that. Well, maybe you just feel like done with a situation, or like you're just so over it. Like you've been burnt enough times. I'm getting like stick a fork in me. And you're at a point where you're just like, I'm over it. I'm not even going to respond like I normally do. I don't even care anymore. That's kind of what I'm getting from this message, is that you're like, you're over it. What more for this collective, Spirit? What do they need to know? I hope y'all are doing great, and if you're completely exhausted by a situation, I hope that the exhaustion is giving you some clarity. Yeah, okay. I get the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is, I'm done. I'm done. This is literally stick a fork in me. I have been hurt so many times, stabbed in the back so many times, that I'm done with that cycle. This has just zapped all of the life that you had to give. And you had a lot, and you tried a lot. But it's done. That's a 10, so that's closing of a cycle. It's also swords, so that's truth and clarity. That's in your mind. So I'm getting that like it's very evident to you at this point how done you are. And this is your justice. Okay, so this is part of your justice, is realizing that you're done with something, that something's over, that it's taken enough from you to move past it. And that's what's going to balance the scales out for you. You cannot feel justified staying in a dynamic that is stabbing you in the back, that is taking that much from you. So your justice is actually this feeling that you have of I'm done, 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 done. Like you needed to get to this point to start balancing the scales back into the other way, right? And at the bottom of the deck, I get the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety, sleepless nights. This has just taken so much of your thought power, of your energy. You've tried to be a good person. You've tried to do the right thing. You've tried, and like, it's not getting you anywhere. It always continues to hurt you. And I get that even under that is your King of Cups. So King of Cups is finding balance even though there is turmoil, finding emotional regulation even though there is a whole bunch of shit going on or crazy stuff that you're done with. It's like, it's just like the zebra in the channeling, but it's like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of crap going on that I normally would flee from, but I'm just so over it that I'm sitting here, I'm done. So it's like, see how she's sitting on this very strong, solid foundation, even though it's in the middle of the ocean. So that's your emotional regulation that's coming through. Your exhaustion is letting you know, like, I'm done. I'm done with that. Y'all can have that. And I'm not going to do this to myself anymore. And I'm going to like seek happiness and seek emotional regulation, even though the storm's still going on. I'm just choosing that I'm done. I'm just choosing to be done with it. And I get the Three of Swords. So this is something that has been like devastating to you, that has been heartbreak to you. This could be divorce, a breakup, a loss of a job. This is Swords again. So this is something that just like doesn't make sense that it had to happen this way, especially since you tried so hard. And what I get is, wow. So the Nine of Wands, which is you've been through a lot. This is the wounded warrior. Part of you was like, I've been through so much stuff that I can handle this. I can do this. Like, I want the ending to this to be different. And you got to a point where you were like, all right, you know what? I have to exit this because it's not going to be different and I'm going to continue to keep getting hurt. So the Nine of Wands is like the person that kept staying in the fight, thinking that they would be able to fix this, or thinking that, that this was just the right thing to do or whatever, but continued to get hurt. It was a lot of work, a lot of challenge. And I get Seven of Wands. So this is you holding boundaries. This is you protecting your peace. This is you saying, I'm done. I've had the final straw. So I'm going to protect my peace now. The little piece that I have left, which is kind of just an exhausted zebra in a field, the piece that I have left that's just like, I'm done. I'm over it. I don't even care if you're mad at me. I don't even care, but I'm removing myself from this. That's the protection I see. Whatever this is, like, you're just so, you don't even have the energy to fight anymore. You don't even have the energy. You're broke down, you're beaten, and Spirit wants you to know that this all happened this way for your justice. You are not going to get to your King of Cups or your happiness, your happily ever after, the justice that you seek within that dynamic, whether you wanted to or not. It's just that person, that dynamic, that job, they could not give to you what you deserve. So this ending out, and it had to be a huge heartbreak. It had to be devastation. and feeling completely stabbed in the back or hurt by this so that you could leave. Like Spirit needed to make you super uncomfortable, right? Anything more for this collective, Spirit? Yeah, this is your justice, though. This is the start. Like the end, which is the Ten of Swords, is an ending, closing out of a cycle, but it also means a beginning, a new beginning. So Spirit, show me their new beginning. Show me what's coming in for them after this exhaustion and having to protect themselves and being done. What's this justice look like? What does this justice look like for them? Okay, we got a lot of cards here. Okay, so I'm getting Judgment, Five of Swords. Okay, so Five of Swords is you're giving up the fight. You're like, you don't even care if you win or not. This can be winning at all costs, but I really get that you're just like laying down there. You're like saying, it's not worth the fight. I don't even care. I don't even care if I walk away with nothing. I'm leaving the fight. And I get that you are the Knight of Swords with the Knight of Cups means that you are racing very quickly, even hastily. You might just be leaving like with nothing, with no notice. Like your peace, I'm out of there. This is you going towards your truth, but it's also very impulsive and hasty. But with the Knight of Cups, I'm getting that like you're going towards something that makes you happy. I'm hearing you're not just leaving something painful behind. You're deciding like, that's painful. I'm done with that. I am out of here, quick, fast, in a hurry, and headed towards things that bring me happiness. Things that bring me emotional fulfillment. Things that offer me love. Things where I feel like I can receive love. And I get the Eight of Wands, which means messages coming in quickly. So you're getting a lot of clarity about the situation that yes, you're on the right path. Yes, this is the way you should be going. And I'm also getting that you will be receiving downloads on the way. So if you're not quite sure of like what you're headed towards, Spirit's saying you will know, stay on this path. And I get that you're headed towards your Nine of Cups, which Nine of Cups is, it's right before your happily ever after. It's like feeling emotionally regulated, feeling like you're receiving, feeling like your cup starts to fill itself up. After such a long period of just being taken from, you're going to sit back and go like, oh, this is what it feels like to receive. That's where you're going. And I also get the Devil card and Judgment. So this thing that you're closing out was part of your blueprint here. So Judgment is your calling. Judgment is what you're meant to do on this earth. It is you being reborn. And what I'm really getting is, as much as this was such a painful cycle for you, it was meant, your soul came here to learn, like the contrast of fear and love and the contrast of pain and suffering and relief. So this was like the lower vibe version of you, not necessarily of all these people, even though these people that we're leaving behind might feel low vibe. You were there with them. You were entangled, enmeshed with them. So on some level, your vibe also was limited, was addicted, was fearful, was codependent. Okay, and I'm getting that's what you are done with. Not just the person or the whatever that represents it, but with the you that would choose that. With the you that would stay in it for 10 swords to be put in your back, right? It doesn't mean that swords will never be put in your back again before, but you might leave on the first sword next time, okay? So I'm getting that was all for you to be reborn, to know, to understand your worth, to understand, hey, I could have left way long ago. We have a short amount of time in this lifetime on this earth. So I'm not going to stick around for anything that's hurting me. And with Judgment, I get that you're being called out of it. Like you've learned everything you need to learn, and now you're being called out of it. You are going to get your justice. But this has much more to do with your blueprint and what your soul came here to learn. And that cycle is over. And Spirit wants you to know that they are behind you in helping you get called out of this so that you can receive your Nine of Cups, your fulfillment, you're feeling loved, you're feeling valued, and what life's supposed to feel like. So the message I get is keep going, even if it feels impulsive, even if people are like, what are you doing? Or how can you do that? Or what are you going to do? Or keep going. It might be hasty. It might feel not well thought out, but you can't do it anymore, even if you wanted to. You're done. So go. And I'm getting, even though it's impulsive and hasty and you don't really necessarily see what it's going to look like moving forward, you will be successful. And you will go towards your Knight of Cups, which is a love offering. This is really about feeling love. And in this old dynamic, you have felt fear. You have fed fear. You have fed over responsibility. You have fed the part of you that is scared to not hold on to some of those old patterns. But you are so friggin' done with it now that it doesn't even matter. Nobody's like going to hold you back from this. I'm not like, I know I don't need to tell you to move forward because you're already gone. You don't have any energy to do it anymore. I'm here to tell you that this was all part of your blueprint. Don't overanalyze like, why did that happen? Or did that have to happen? Yes, it was all part of your blueprint. And keep moving forward. Go towards your Nine of Cups, and you are going to find that emotional regulation, that love, that receiving that you so deserve. So congratulations on closing out this cycle and choosing what's right for you, using your exhaustion as clarity for what your soul needs, right? Because when we're exhausted, that is a pretty good sign that we are done and that things need to change. That's the message. The lighthouse can show you the shore, but you still need to steer the ship. If any of this resonated, please like, share if you think you know somebody that this might help, or subscribe, sure, and comment so that I know, and so that you also add that energy back to the collective. Until next message.